I'll kick it off. So, welcome back to a football show. I'm Eoghan, and Conor is on the other end here. As you can see, we're in two different parts of the country, as we have been all summer, hence no videos. But today we're here to talk about the upcoming season, both Premier League and Champions League. So we're going to kick it off with relegation anyway. So, Conor, I'll hear your first three. That's all right. If you want to start at 20, go up.
Yeah, but I like to start at the bottom. Nice to see you on as well.
Yeah, been a while.
Yeah,
we've had a few
been a long time
there, but none soccer related.
Yeah, yeah. We don't talk to each other at all unless it's about soccer.
There's actually a big fallout, and a football show is now dead.
Relegation. You can't talk about relegation without talking about Newcastle, I think.
That's a fair argument.
Yeah, Callum Wilson getting the number 9. If Newcastle are going to pin all their hopes in Callum Wilson, I'm sorry, he's not a bad striker, but I really don't see him saving them from the drop. They just really don't have the players. Norwich, they play fairly live. Yeah, exactly.
I don't.
Yeah, with arguably like even just a few more players that could have kept them up at Bournemouth like at that time. But you know, I really don't see any hope for Newcastle. Norwich actually play quite decent football. They did look lively, especially in the first 20-25 minutes against Liverpool last week, and that they could cause problems. And like Cantwell, and I mean Pookie could. You never know with that lad. He could just go on a good long run of goals, and especially with Billy Gilmore, too, what he could bring to Norwich. But ultimately, I really don't think they're going to have enough to stay up. And you see, I have a few of these predictions, like from before maybe the opening weekend, and then after seeing Watford, I had Watford down to be relegated. I still maybe they don't think they have enough, but Jesus, they were right good against Villa. And I had Ismail Assar. Yeah, I had Ismail Assar on the bench for my fantasy team. 9 points. Raging.
Trust the Assar. Do you think he could be at Liverpool, yeah?
This summer, no. I don't think so.
Things here and there, but not really concrete.
Yeah, it's more Jeremy Doku they're kind of talking about if Shaqiri leaves and Saul, but I mean Saul has been linked to every single fucking club at this stage now. So
yeah, any club.
I don't know.
Yeah. I have Norwich in 20th. It would have been Watford, but just losing Emi Buendia is going to kill their season. I think I like Cantwell, and I think he should leave Norwich at the end of this year because he can't keep going up and down and up and down. He's too good for that. I think Villa would actually be a great club, and he'd be a great replacement for Grealish. But yeah, Norwich are my 20th. At 19th, I have Palace. I just think the Vieira experiment is going to end badly.
I think he'll just about keep them up.
I don't know. I don't think so myself. I think I could see them getting in Big Sam at some stage after sacking him to try and get the survival to drive on. But no, I can't see Palace staying up. Just they haven't made enough signings either.
His is a massive blow as well, and they didn't replace him.
Exactly, and I think Zaha, like nobody's talking about Zaha this summer. What does that tell you? The bad season last year. I don't think he's really had a great season since like the one where he was linked with everybody that summer.
That was almost like a Harry Kane summer with him. It was just like, oh, where's Zaha going to go? He wants to leave Crystal Palace, and like it's so clear he wants to leave Crystal Palace. There's no way he's going to be at Palace again. And here we are, like 2 or 3 years later, and he's just going to be this Palace career player.
Yeah, exactly. He's going to retire there, or like if he gets a move, it's looking like it'll probably be like abroad or just for money at the end of his career at this point. And in 18th, I have Burnley. I want to see Burnley go down, to be honest. Having Blackburn fans in my family anyway, I obviously have a bit of a disdain for Burnley, but I hate the football they play. And I don't understand how they stay up. I don't understand it. They have nothing. They offer nothing. Like, they have good centre-backs and a goalie, and that's about it.
It's just Route 1 football, and even at that, they're not that good. They just grind it out, like, yeah.
And how long has their team been the same? Everybody around is improving in some way or some shape or form, but they've literally stuck to the 4-4-2. Chris Wood and Ashley Barnes, or Chris Wood and Jay Rodriguez up front. They can't keep working, and I think this year is going to be the year that they're going to face the drop.
See, I would have loved to say Burnley as well, because I would like them to go down. I don't have the disdain for Burnley maybe that you do, and I like Sean Dyche, but I just it's about time for them to go down, to be honest.
Yeah, but I could see them keeping afloat all the same.
Yeah,
because it has just worked for the past however long. So what reason would it stop now?
If it isn't broke, don't fix it.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I think, like, if they drop to the championship with that team, I can't see them coming straight back up. Literally the exact same team that's doing okay in the Premier League, I couldn't see them coming back up out of the championship. And I don't know how that's a sustainable model. But yeah, we move into top 4 now.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Will I go first?
Yeah, should kick it off. We'll
Grand. Number 4 is going to be Manchester City. I really don't think it's going to work for them this year. Watched City Spurs, and they've spent 100 million on Grealish, and to be honest, they didn't need him at all. I think we all knew it, but they don't need him.
It's a player that does not suit their system.
No,
I know I've said this to you.
I think they needed another. They needed another kind of like either a goal scoring playmaking midfielder, because De Bruyne has gone past it a bit. He can't rely on Gundogan again to get 12, 13 goals. And also Fernandinho, he was finished. He was absolutely finished against Spurs there the other day. It was like watching Roy Kent trying to turn around and run. Fucking catching up on lads there in his last season at Richmond. And I could just Grealish, he won a few frees. He kind of did what he did when he came on for England at the Euros, and what he's done consistently for Villa over the past few years. But I think they need to sign Harry Kane. I think they will sign Harry Kane. I think that would get them a few goals, but I do not think that City are all they're cracked up to be this year.
I think regardless of Kane signing, they still finish fourth. I have them fourth as well.
Yeah.
I think, Grealish especially, it's like I can't see how he fits the system. They're all about like keeping the ball, keeping possession through passing. And when he takes so much out of the ball, he invites pressure on, and it's a possibility of losing possession or putting somebody else in a bad position.
Yeah,
I just don't think it's going to work.
He's purely just a marketing buy as well. It's just like we're Manchester City. We need to get like these 9, 10, 11-year-old kids that watch the Euros, that can flip-flop from club to club and like end up supporting one team or a few teams when they're younger. It's like, oh, who's the hottest English talent right now? Jack Grealish. My sister knows Jack Grealish, and like Grania knows Jack Grealish. Everybody knows Jack Grealish now. Just like, and it's like, let's spend 100 million on him. He's the hottest English talent, and yeah, it's like give him the number 10, shirt sales, whether he fits the system or not. I don't think Pep actually wanted him, to be honest, and I think Pep is lauding. Like, oh yes, I think Pep is the most bullshitting manager in the whole league. I never believe a word that comes out of his mouth. I don't think he wanted them at all, because Pep is, as much as I don't really like him, he's still a great manager, and you'd know that he is smart enough to know that Jack Grealish doesn't fit into a system.
Yeah, I think he would have much rather Kane, because I think it suits their system down to the ground, but. Yeah, I think the reason they finished fourth, a big reason is going to be they're going to put all their eggs in the Champions League basket as well. And I don't think they're like second team. Like City have 2-11, simple as. But I don't think their second team is going to be good enough to challenge for a title this year.
Yeah. Who's your third then?
I have Liverpool in third. Okay. I just think...
Yeah, I have you in third.
Coming back. Us in third, yeah. Okay, I figured. Mm-hmm. I think... I know you've everybody coming back, but you have the Champions League, which you got like scraped by at the end last season. And I don't think with the one signing you've made, you have enough strength and depth to push any higher than third, given what United and Chelsea have bought and have.
What I would argue against that is we're going to make 2 more signings. We actually just need to get rid of Shaqiri. and possibly another player. But we are going to make 2 more signings. And Michael Edwards normally does his business very, very late in the game, say like the Jota deal last year, and things like that. But I think with G, you still can't. Don't be saying Fred scored a goal against Leeds either, but
He's
like as good,
useless.
as good as Pogba and Fernandez are, like it's not. You won't win anything with, especially Aaron Wan-Bissaka right back too. As decent of a player he is and all, but he's just not good enough for what you want and for winning the league, and also for Fred. And I still don't think, even with Sancho, that you have enough strength in going forward. And the goal getters, the real 20, like a couple of players hitting double digits. Like I know that you have had that in all competitions of that for the years, but for the last few years. But like I just don't think Rashford, Greenwood, Martial, Cavani, and Sancho. Sancho's not that much of a goal getter either. So I don't know. I just don't think that he have enough to win the title, especially since he haven't done in a good long time. And then I have us to finish second, and Chelsea to win it out.
Yeah, I have United in second. I agree with you on a lot. I think I'd agree with you on Wan-Bissaka. I'd argue, and I'll die in this grave, I think, but I think Diogo Dalot is a better right back than Wan-Bissaka. And if we put
For
more
sure, Ollie
faith
just
in
won't
him,
use him.
yeah, if we put more faith in him, I think he'd put Wan-Bissaka out of the team. And I think, like he's touted, Real Madrid were looking at him this summer. Ancelotti wants him. Had him at Milan last year, wants him. And I think, how can a player that Real Madrid wants lose out to Wan-Bissaka, who we argue every week his attacking output isn't good enough? But yeah, I think regardless of that, Wan-Bissaka is going to be our starting right back. But I think he's going to get carried by the rest of that defense. It's way too good. That's why I think we'll finish ahead of you. I think our defense is. I know I'm arguing against Liverpool's defense.
I beg to differ. I
Back
beg to
into it,
differ though as well, because you don't have enough strength and depth in defence either, as much as we do now. I would say.
Well, Lindelof and Bay, like I don't agree with Lindelof
I'd have
being a
Matip and
starter.
Kanate in there over the two of them any day.
Yeah, but hopefully we can. Like Varane is not too bad with injuries, and Maguire has played nearly every game in the last like 2-3 seasons.
So we said the same about Van Dijk, and I know Gomez had injuries. Well, they can come out of nowhere.
Yeah, I just think. Yeah, I think we're better prepared than you would have been last year, though. Like you were very much just got caught. Like I don't think if we suffered 2 injuries like you did, we'd have Bay and
Yeah,
Lindelof
but
step in, and then Phil Jones is back.
everybody's just focusing on the fact that Van Dijk is back, though. Like Jota was injured for a whole pile of last season. Henderson played fuck all last season as well. We very rarely got to play our regular midfield, and Fabinho, Henderson, Thiago, which is our strongest midfield, played together twice all last season. And you seen the difference when Fabinho came back into midfield, especially.
Yeah.
And like I think if we were so fucking literally, we were super glued together last year. Not even super glue. It was fucking Pritt stick together, like for a lot of last year, and we still managed to finish third, and not that far off. 5 points off of a great season free.
Yeah.
All of that back. That's my argument. But Chelsea are. I think they're almost nailed on in my head, anyways, to win the league.
Yeah, I think like just another point on like it's going to take squad for a league. We've seen that over the last few years with City. A squad is key. Like you were a bit of a like anomaly to go and win the league with because you hadn't strength and depth really. You had in like the midfield, but that was about it. The year you won it, and I think that was just like I think that led to your injury problems last season because he just put on such a push the year before that something had to give the next season. Obviously unlucky as well. Like Van Dijk's was nothing got to do with fatigue, but I think maybe Henderson just mileage on the legs didn't help, stuff like that. But yeah, Chelsea's squad depth, I think eclipses anyone. I think it eclipses Man City's now. I think Werner could have a good season. He could not, but it doesn't matter because you have Lukaku, you have Kai Havertz, You have Christian Pulisic got on the score sheet last weekend. Always does against Palace, to be fair to him. Yeah, I just think you've Mount, Ziyech. I know he's injured, but he'll be back at some stage. Kante, Jorginho, Kovacic. I just don't think you can argue with their 24, 25, 26-man squad.
I still think they'll go and buy Koundé or someone or another centre back as well.
They
and
need another centre back.
Yeah,
do,
and that's it. But Rudiger is top quality too. I think Rudiger is very underrated. But yeah, they have way too much players. I think like their bench especially is far more frightening than City's, to all the options that they have there to come on, and even the fact that they sold Tammy Abraham, who I would argue is a better player or a better striker anyway, to get goals and to add goals and maybe get you an extra 7, 8, 9 points throughout the season as well as Tammy Abraham over Werner. Whereas Werner will cost you points.
Similar to Lukaku, if you want a plan B, Werner is a different option than Abraham to Lukaku.
But I don't think they're exactly the same either.
Yeah, just Werner is a completely different player.
I think he's so shit. He's so shit, and I think he'll have another shit season, and then he'll end up leaving for 30 million. Whereas if they sold him this season, they could have got 50 or 55 or something like that, and then they could have brought in.
I think the risk. I think though,
Havertz can play. Havertz can play up front as well. I think he's something different too. That's true. And even Ziyech or someone like that, as a false nine. But yeah, Chelsea, anyways.
Yeah. We'll move on to top scorer. So, gonna hit a switch with top scorer.
It has to be Lukaku. It's nobody else but Lukaku. He will score so many goals in that Chelsea team. If Chelsea are winning the league, then Lukaku is top scorer, and I might as well just say the top sister as well because they're kind of linked. It's going to be Havertz, Lukaku, and Havertz. It's those two, top scorer, top sister.
Yeah, I have top scorer. I have Bruno written down here, but I think I think I'm gonna change it up.
That's providing that you get as many penalties as you did last year.
What was there one last weekend? Was there? Who's top scorer in the league at the
minute? Didn't you beat Leeds by that amount of goal difference or whatever last year as well? Like, and what fucking difference has that made? So
no, I completely agree. I think I think we're gonna smash Southampton this weekend as well.
That's recorded. Lovely. I can't wait until
we did the same last year. Like, we bet Southampton 9-1. I know they had 2 sending offs, well, 1 really, but no, I think them 2 teams just suit us down to the ground, and I wouldn't read too much into beating them by a high score line at this stage of the season, especially. I'm gonna go with Lukaku as top scorer.
It's bound to happen.
Yeah,
the opportunity is going to get the quality of the delivery from Chelsea as well.
Yeah, he's proven in the league. He's considered a flop at United. His goal game ratio was still brilliant, because he's just a goal scorer. He's not a great footballer, but he's a great goal scorer. And then
I think his hold up play is good especially in the Euros. His hold up play was fantastic. It was exciting to watch, to see him hold up the ball and kind of shove off defenders and wait for Thorgan Hazard or someone to make that run, and then he get on the end of it.
10 times better at Chelsea with who's running off him, and then top assister I have Sancho. I just think I think he's going to hit the ground running, and going off his previous seasons in the Bundesliga. I know it's a big jump, and it's a lot of the time it's a jump that people can't make, but I just think he knows the system. He played in the youth league here, and I think he's going to get top assister. I just think Cavani, Greenwood is going to have, I think, an immense year this year. I think he's going to really be a shining star. I originally had Martial as top scorer, but having seen Greenwood last weekend, I was like, Martial should not be getting near this team with the form he was in last season. Having
come to your senses and waking up from whatever coma you were in when you thought that Martial was going to be the top scorer, then you decided, no, he won't be.
Yeah, it was literally because of Greenwood last weekend. I was like, I wasn't expecting Greenwood to be as good at 9 as he was last weekend. A lot of people had him for man of the match in a game that Pogba got 4 assists and Bruno got a hat-trick. Like, it's he was brilliant, and I don't think Martial has the effort levels to put Greenwood or Cavani out of the team for a long period of time. As much as it pains me to say it because I love him, but yeah.
Mm.
We move on to player of the year, young player of the year then.
Yeah. So my player of the year is going to be Havertz as well.
We're on
With
the
the
same
assist here.
page.
Yeah, I think the Euros, the end of last season, the Champions League final, the Euros, and even just like Super Cup, everything. Like he's going to be so good. He's going to be incredible. And if Chelsea are winning the league, I don't think Lukaku is going to win Player of the Year, but I think Havertz is just going to be. He's going to be. I think he's going to eclipse Eden Hazard at Chelsea in terms of his
I was
what
going
he
to say,
what he could do in his legacy maybe. Yeah.
I think his age, his talent, and just the fact that big games he's turned up in at his age is crazy. The Champions League final, the games in the Euros that he turned up in, I just think he's going to be mercurial next season, and I think he's going to sit down. I think the likes of De Bruyne, arguably Bruno, in terms of like that calm false nine, especially like he's very similar to Bruno in the like he's quite a goal scorer for a number 10, and I think he could outperform. Maybe not numbers wise, but in terms of a title push with his performances, I think he's going to take that player of the year.
Definitely.
Young player of the year.
You go.
I went with Moise Keane. Bit of a mad one. When I wrote that as well, Benitez hadn't been appointed, and I'm not sure how that's going to go. But I think he is unbelievable. I think he's going to be special this year. I think Richarlison out on the left and Moise Keane and Calvert-Lewin through the middle is going to be dangerous for Everton. If they could get another defender in, probably centre back, I think they'd put a push on for top six. But it's about that relationship with Rafa that it really hinges on. If it's not him, I think maybe I'm taking a word out of your mouth here, but it could be Harvey Elliott. He's my kind of little backup.
Harvey Elliott is like my fucking like hitting hope, like, but I still believe it. It's not that I'm just hitting and hope.
Yeah.
No, he's my like. Yeah, I genuinely think that if it goes the way that I hope it will, that I also think that it will be Harvey Elliott, and if he gets the game time. But then my backup kind of one is Sancho. I think Sancho.
Yeah, hard to argue.
Yeah.
Yeah, I kind of if he's going to be top assister in my book as well, why wouldn't he get young player of the year? But yeah, that's kind of shot myself in the foot with that. But yeah, I think Harvey Elliott. If you don't buy, I know you're saying Doku is looking kind of nailed on, but
Harvey Elliott has been playing, and throughout the whole pre-season, I do it every year. I get the LFC TV Go for a month. It's a $5, and for the pre-season, and I cancel it because I don't like. It's just I don't have time to be watching training either. And then, so I was watching like I think I missed like one or two of the pre-season games. But anytime I've seen Harvey Elliott, he was mainly playing himself and Salah were kind of rotating back and forth between the right wing and the right centre mid position. But when Salah was coming back, he played like that bit more central, whereas Harvey Elliott was like getting like he was playing that right centre mid role, like you've seen Milner or Thiago or anyone them do. Like, and he looked so lively, and he hit the fucking post with an absolute rupture of a shot in one game. I think it was against Osasuna, and yeah, himself and Minamino especially, they both looked very good. But I think definitely this could be a Foden type year for Harvey Elliott if he gets the minutes.
I think the numbers he done in the championship is no joke either. Like I said, I've Blackburn fans in the family, and they aren't a big fan of him. They don't think he's very wasteful with a lot of balls. Because I would have watched the go 2 games, but the numbers don't lie. Numbers don't lie, and I think he's going to be a special talent at his age. And I think put him in a better team like Liverpool, because Blackburn weren't a well-touted championship team last year. Liverpool are obviously insanely miles better, and I think he's going to do well.
James Milner has been singing his praises as well throughout the whole pre-season, and said like he's predicted like what watch him this year.
Yeah,
And James Milner, like he gave Smika some slap there against Norwich for taking too much time on the ball, and you could
yeah,
really tell that it was like, Milner is not easy impress. I would imagine. I don't want to make
yeah.
assumptions about James Milner, but I imagine he's quite boring, tough nut to crack. So yeah,
So
I think
yeah,
definitely
fair
one to
enough.
watch.
Yeah. We'll move on now to breakout star for the season.
Yes.
I
Um,
have Naby Keita. I wanted him at United, something shocking. As far as like wanting a player, I wanted Fabinho and you got him, but I really wanted Naby Keita and you got him. Um, I think if he stays injury free, he's going to have a good season because he looked good in preseason of what I saw of you.
mm,
Um, I know
very
I
good.
kind of a highlight video from one of the games I watched and just looks so confident. And I think that's what he needs is confidence. And I think that comes with playing time. I know we've said Fred is dirt, but at one stage there he was looking decent because he got 10 games in a row. And we were just thinking, finally he's got his like place in the squad and let him go. I think if you do that with Naby Keita, you're going to see a very, very good player.
Yeah, totally agree. And he has looked very good in preseason. He is one of the few midfielders that we have that has good drive, dribbling ability going forward, and wants to create chances, wants to open up the game a bit more. And like even he can turn so easily as well. Like he gets a ball, it's back to goal, like in around midfield area, and he just spins one or two defenders and just plays that easy pass. And like it's the work that kind of goes unnoticed because it's happening in an area of the pitch, and like it's just slowly bringing the rest of the team kind of like across more and sucking more players onto him as the game goes on too, to watch him. And he does kind of like he was doing a lot of the Wijnaldum work, but with a bit more pizzazz, if you want to
Yeah,
call that,
about him.
going
I think.
forward
Yeah, I
too.
think
Like
he is
yeah,
a bit more about him than Wijnaldum. As
mm,
good as Wijnaldum was, I think.
he just
Yeah,
needs to stay fit. That is literally his only issue. He
yeah,
just
it
needs to
is.
stay
And
fit.
I think, like I said, getting the run of games will benefit him massively.
Yeah, I think my breakout star is he kind of did it at the end of last season, but I really think he's gonna just fucking light a fire this season. Is Ian Acho.
Yeah, shout. To be fair, I think
I
they
think
need
yeah,
him as well.
he's gonna go up a level. I know Vardy got the goal last weekend, but and a great one it was. But I think Ian Acho, with that more responsibility, I think Daka and Ian Acho are going to become a very very formidable pair.
Yeah, because I
Because
think
Vardy's
they
not going to
have.
play every game of the season either. That's why Patson Daka was bought.
Yeah, and I think they're gonna put a lot of eggs into the Europa League because I don't think they're getting top four, and I think Rodgers needs Champions League to
Needs a
keep the job.
trophy. Yeah,
Yeah. So yeah,
another
I think
trophy.
that.
Yeah.
Signing of the summer, I went with Emi Buendia. I think he's going to be. I think I Villa as my dark horse as well. So I just think them pushing. Like I could see them getting a top four spot if things kind of happened last season. I just think they've replaced Grealish very well. Maybe not replaced Grealish, but spent the money very well. I think they're going to push on, and I think Buendia is going to be a key part of that.
Yeah, Villa is actually my dark horse as well, and my signing of the summer is a different Villa player, and may not turn out, but by all whoever like kind of oversaw that transfer is obviously thinking the same way as well. But Danny Ings out of
Yeah,
nowhere for Villa
as
to
a
add
goal now as well. Like
15, 20 goals there, like it, if he gets the chances, I think that's an absolutely fantastic signing for the money.
because they missed
And
that in Watkins last year. He's not
yeah,
prolific enough.
no, not at all. But he's another good option to have there too. But Danny
Yeah,
Ings he's just a goal scorer. He just didn't work at Liverpool. That was it. Like
yeah,
he
and that
just
was injury. That was
yeah,
injury. It wasn't even not
and
playing
he
well.
would have worked. I think if he came back to Liverpool now, even he'd probably get goals.
Yeah,
But with the confidence and the keep him fit now. But other than that, I think Varane is just a monumental signing for
yeah.
United. I think
I'm
even
of
the
the
way
opinion
he
that
unveiled them was classy. Like it was
yeah,
so classy.
I
Yeah.
think I think he will have a great season, but I think he's more of a risk to call him signing of the summer than it is to kind of give it to a Buendia or an Ings where it can like if it flops, it's like oh well they're not
Yeah,
world
but
class.
you
So
see but that's why I say Ings, because I don't think he will flop. I think I'm more certain on Ings not flopping a Villa than I am, because even if he doesn't get Villa into Europa League or possibly even a Champions League spot, like maybe, like then I still think that he'll be serviceable there. He'll get
he's still going to have a good season by
yeah,
all
yeah.
accounts,
But
regardless.
Varane could fucking have terrible
He
injuries
could,
throughout the
and
season.
not even
He
that, but he
could
could just genuinely not suit the
not
Premier
not
League,
suit the
which
Premier
is
League.
mad
Yeah,
to say, but it could happen, and
yeah,
things is proven. So yeah, that's a shout.
yeah,
I think Buendia as well has played in the league before, so I think he's less of a
yeah.
risk than putting Varane in there. So will we finish off with the Champions League winners?
Yeah, yeah.
Again, I'm changing my mind on a whim here, but I'm going to go with Man United.
Fuck's sake! Oh, it's not happening.
I had Man City, and that was going to be a big argument and my reason why they finished fourth, because I think they're going to put it all into that. But I think maybe it's part of just Ole needing to win a trophy and that looking like a likely one, because I don't think an FA Cup or a Carabao Cup keeps him in his job. But yeah, I think United. I just think like best 11s in terms of a team of a best 11. There's not too many that'll beat us on a best 11. Now it's about not bottling it as well, because we've shown we'll do that. But I think I think Varane is going to shore up that we're winning this game kind of attitude in the big games, and I think it's about time we put a bit of a Champions League push together as well. Like we haven't done it in a long time. Like even like you see Spurs got the Champions League final and City have had so many semi-finals, and you're just like, we need one push, even if it's just a semi-final, something to excite, because when's the last time we've had excitement in the Champions League? I can't think, because if it was exciting, you just knew, like when we got by PSG, you kind of knew Barca were beating us in the next round because we just weren't there yet. But this year, I think definitely I'd like us to put a good bit of focus on the Champions League this year, because I know PSG are looking mad, but I think it's there for the taking, because I don't think PSG are going to do it. I think something is just going to give there, and I think maybe it could be that Mbappe situation that could give there.
I think Mbappe will stay at PSG, but I still don't think that's going to win them the Champions League. I don't rate PSG either as highly as fucking other people. I think that Messi is just going to come in and solve all the problems. He'll solve some. But like he won't solve every single problem. They're not good enough at the back.
The Galacticos never won a Champions League.
Never won a Champions League. Yeah.
I just think this is going to be the rinse and repeat of that.
Yeah, definitely. It's a great point. But like, I think again, same as the Premiership, literally the same argument as I made that why you won't win the league. It's just with the Champions League as well. No, the Champions League is a different kind of animal, and we won it when we didn't have enough say to win the league, like at that point too. And we got to Champions League final when we were finishing fourth as well in the league too. But I don't know. Maybe your squad. I think maybe if you got to a final and lost it, and then maybe got to another Champions League final within a year or two, then I'd back you to win it again. I just don't think that team has like gone through enough. I know you have the Europa League final, but it
was a big bottle job. I think
it was a big bottle job, yeah. But that's just different gravy altogether.
Yeah, I know. But I think the players that are there, like everybody knows, we should have won the Europa League. Like we just bottled it. We literally just bottled it because Villarreal done nothing against us either. Yeah. I think we could. I think we have the minerals to do it. Like I really do think Varane is going to bring that winning like mentality. A lot of players have the winning mentality, but I think we lacked it in terms of like, I think the defense to the midfield. I think he's going to have a big effect on whoever's playing in front of him in the like 6 role, and I think that's going to be key if we were to go and win it. But it is a big if. I know that, but it's a fairy tale.
Yeah, no, I respect the bias. I mean, we're all biased. Dortmund, Haaland, he's going to win it for
what?
Dortmund. Yeah, I'm telling you. I am fucking telling you right now.
You're saying United can't do it, but Dortmund can.
Yes, because United don't have Erling Haaland. That man is a genetic freak. Did you see the fucking opening day of the Bundesliga as well?
Yeah,
with him.
he got what? 2
No,
goals and 3 assists, wasn't it?
he is Zlatan reincarnate, and but even better. Like, he's just, that man will win. The Champions League is his little fucking bitch, and he's here to 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 fucking win it. I'm telling you, it's happening. I mean, Dortmund, yeah, they don't have the greatest. It's not the greatest Dortmund team that has existed. It's not Klopp's Dortmund, but he'll do it. He'll fucking do it, and he'll do it over Greenwood. So yeah,
Well, yeah, that's.
yeah,
I think I just don't think they have enough in the back line or midfield. I think Reina could have a great year for them as well.
yeah.
He's after getting their number 7 now that Sancho's gone as well, so they're showing a bit of faith in him. Rice is still not finished at a high level, and he's been keeping injury free for the last couple of years.
It's also the fact too, just with that, like Sancho, like, and he left, and then it sometimes happened as well. Like, the big player leaves and say, they're fucked, and then they go and win something.
Yeah, it's just,
Do you know, it's
I'm
like
surprised
Coutinho when he left Liverpool, and then we went and won the Champions League, and we even fucking bet Barcelona, like, to get to the final and everything like that. Sometimes it just happens, and when you have someone like Haaland,
Malin
scary
as well. That was a good replacement for Sancho. I know they're not really like for like, but it was still a good buy to get from PSV.
Yeah.
I think he's gonna be good as well. Obviously, Haaland is their number 9, simple as. But I think if they switch it to, like, if they could play 2 up front with the 2 of them, it'll be dangerous, because Malin is pure pace. I know Haaland is very quick, but Malin is pure pace. So yeah, I see it, but I don't think they have enough to be, like, Bayern bet them in the Super Cup there at the weekend, or
I don't care.
during the week, was it?
I don't care.
And
Or the Champions League is Haaland's bitch. It's his bitch.
I just can't see them beating, like, a City, a Liverpool, a United, a PSG, a Bayern. I don't think they'd even have the minerals, like, or experience to beat the likes of Madrid, even in their dire straits. No. So
Haaland will do it himself.
Barca could be a bit of a dark horse. I think Memphis is going to take them to a good level.
I think Barcelona are going to have the worst season that they've had in ages.
They're after. I like him now, but
but apart from Memphis, they've nearly signed just almost completely geriatrics.
Yeah. Well, you have keeping Aguero happy now after that whole Messi situation is going to be a dodgy straight. If they could keep Ousmane Dembele fit, but even he just hasn't been playing well either. Even in
they're getting rid of Pjanic, and they're getting rid of Umtiti as well, and Coutinho will be out, and if he's not out, he just won't play. So it's just it's a mess.
It's a bit of a dark horse thing. I don't think they wouldn't be my favourites by any stretch. I wouldn't be surprised if they didn't get out of a group there, but I think a dark horse could be an option. So that's everything, isn't it?
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, well, the beats. Yeah. Thanks for watching, and sorry for the delay between videos. It's just we've been all over the place. We've been very busy all summer.
It's completely my fault.
No, it is not, because I've been the same, and
Eoghan also had some allegations that we had to sweep under the rug and get rid of. So that kind of stopped the videos for a while. We won't get into them.
Everybody's going to be diving into my Twitter.
The allegations
are false. Repost or what? Some dodgy tweet in there somewhere.
Yeah, it's what Bruno saying that Kevin Hart was his favourite comedian, and we won't get into more.
Jellings, baby. But yeah, thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe, and follow at a football show 1 on Twitter for some content. We'll be back on it. We're gonna be hitting strides now that the league is back on, and we should be back living together soon, hopefully, and that'll obviously mean more videos and more content as well. So thanks for watching, guys.
Bye.